So I'm here with John Zeller, and this is what we got here.
This device is an iPad stand that was created from an old polarizer that was used in the early 1900s to assess the chemical principles of brewed spirits and distilled beverages.
Right.
And it's created to feature our iPad, which is presenting our Humachines exhibition, which is a new exhibition where Victorian era thinkers and innovators come back in time, come to the future through a time tunnel to help us solve our problems today.
Okay, give me an example of a problem they would solve.
So for example, Isaac Singer, the time stitcher, would help us to close the gaps between the past and the present to help us build the future.
Right.
So this whole idea of creative problem solving by bringing together old materials to help solve new problems is one of the principles of the exhibit, which is repurposing and reimagining. But not just materials, and this is Bruce Rosenbaum, the artist and creator of the concept, not just repurposing materials, but repurposing our entire world and our way of thinking.
And what brought the idea of having Victorian come to the future into mind? Why did what they do matter now?
Well, so it's based on the steampunk aesthetic.
Right.
And steampunk, in its original concept, was a world without modern technology. Technology had stopped.
Right.
Everything was required to be run on steam power.
Right.
It was somewhat of a post-apocalyptic world.
Right.
In this, but what's happened is with steampunk is basically the aesthetic stays,
Right.
but a lot of the ideas have sort of withered away.
Right.
This exhibit doesn't bring back a full post-apocalyptic concept, but it asks us to look at the world differently.
Right.
So there was a lot of great innovation in the Victorian era, a lot of making, a lot of creating, a lot of big, beautiful machines. So this all comes together with a great aesthetic, an inspiration to innovate and make. And the goal also is to work with each museum in this exhibit to create a makerspace at the end of the exhibit. Throughout the exhibit, the narrative asks visitors questions, helps ask them to solve problems along with the thinking of these great writers and thinkers. As you answer those questions, parts of these kinetic Humachines are activated. But also as you go through the exhibit, the narrative and the answers that you get continue to build so that by the end you've got a solution and you have a better assessment of what creative problem solving is and how you can apply it to your own life and world.
Great. Wonderful. Thank you very much.
Thank you.